Welcome back to Humans Are Kind TV. Every week, the news cycle drowns us in everything that's going wrong. So this is the channel that flips the script. This is your roundup of real, verified acts of compassion from around the world for the week of June 22nd through the 28th. And 226, 11 stories, 4 continents, and a whole lot of reasons to believe in people. Let's get into it. Before we dive in, here's the map of the week. Most of these acts of kindness came out of the United States, 7 of our 11 stories, but the biggest one is global. After the earthquakes in Venezuela, the entire world showed up. We've got a tiny medical miracle out of England, and a worldwide giving campaign that's just getting started. Texas to Venezuela, Miami to Essex, let's count them down. We start in Fort Worth, Texas, at 3 in the morning on June 27th. Leon Segura is just a dad driving past when he sees flames and hears screaming. He doesn't hesitate. He smashes through a glass door, ties a bandana over his face, and carries 2 unconscious girls out of a burning home before the firefighters even get there. He cut his arm wide open doing it. The fire department flat out called him extraordinary. If that's not how you open an episode about human kindness, I don't know what is. Imagine checking your mailbox and finding out your medical debt just vanished. That's happening for over 206,000 people in California. Snap CEO. Evan Spiegel and supermodel Miranda Kerr quietly donated enough to erase more than $550 million in medical debt. With no forms and no application, San Diego County alone had nearly $99 million wiped clean. Those letters start landing in July. On June 24th, 2 powerful earthquakes hit northern Venezuela, and the response was the entire planet showing up at once. The UN deployed 25 international rescue teams, around 1,000 people. The United States pledged $150 million and over 250 responders with search and rescue dogs. El Salvador, Mexico, Spain, the Dominican Republic, all sending crews and supplies within days. Even Starlink threw in a free month of internet for the region. Back home in South Florida, the Venezuelan diaspora, the biggest in the United States, didn't wait around. In Doral, the Global Empowerment Mission rallied volunteers to pack food, water, and medical kits, promising delivery within 24 to 48 hours. Miami Beach turned all 4 of its fire stations into donation drop-offs. This is an entire community turning heartbreak into action overnight. Newport Beach, June 22nd. 15-year-old Mateo Ackerman watches a dog named George tumble into the harbor and start to go under. He dives straight in, swims out, and hauls the exhausted pup back to shore, then uses the collar tag to call the owner. His reason? Quote, "If that was my dog, I'd want someone to do the same. This kid has a future." This one is a tearjerker. Cape Verde's goalkeeper, nicknamed Vozinha, broke down in tears after a historic World Cup draw because his mother couldn't be there. Stuck behind a $15,000 visa bond and a wall of red tape, so Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, the State Department, the government of Cape Verde, and FIFA all teamed up, waived the fees, and arranged her travel. On June 22nd, she finally watched her son play on the world's biggest stage. Not every act of kindness is one dramatic moment. Some are built to last. On June 22nd, the humanitarian nonprofit Human Appeal launched its Summer of Sadaka, a 12-week campaign that turns small daily good deeds into real-world projects. Water wells, food parcels, sponsoring orphans, even funding life-changing surgeries for kids. It's kindness designed as a daily habit, not a one-off. Okay, time for a pure smile. At a senior living community in Tennessee, the residents ditched their walkers, grabbed inner tubes, and spent an entire day screaming with laughter down a giant slip and slide. No deeper meaning here, just somebody deciding these folks deserved a day of pure joy, and then actually making it happen. June 23rd, New Jersey. A woman is at home when her little poodle starts barking and just won't stop. Annoying, right? Until she realizes the dog is desperately trying to tell her something. She gets out with seconds to spare before the entire house goes up in flames. Never doubt a dog's instincts. Sometimes the smallest hero in the room has 4 legs. In Burleson, Texas, a 1-year-old named Liam slipped into the backyard pool. His 7-year-old brother Patrick pulled him out, ran to get their mom, then sprinted next door for help. Liam is expected to fully recover. The sheriff's lieutenant put it perfectly. Even adults freeze under pressure. Patrick did the exact opposite. This week, deputies nominated him for a bravery award most grown adults will never earn. And we close the stories in Essex, England. After a playground accident sliced off 5-year-old Olive's fingertips, 8 firefighters got down in the grass, found them, packed them in ice, and raced them to the hospital under blue lights, where surgeons reattached them. This week, Olive walked back into that fire station and handed the crew painting she made, with the very hand they helped save. Try not to tear up! Let's recap the week by the numbers. Over $550 million in medical debt. Erased. More than 2,600,000 people freed from it. 25 UN rescue teams and over $150 million in aid headed to Venezuela. 8 firefighters who saved a little girl's fingertips. And 11 separate acts of compassion. All in just 7 days. That's 1 week. Imagine a whole year. And that's the week in kindness. If even one of these stories moved you, do me a favor, hit subscribe and ring that bell, because we do this every single week. The headlines will never run out of bad news, so we'll never run out of the good. I'm signing off from HumansAreKind TV. Go be somebody's good news today. See you next week.